Yabusia Memobia Kwaba Ediaba Chadwe say meeting any size. God be so good. Today we have another guest in the studio by name Rose Adjei. Rose,
Yes, Dad.
you're welcome.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
Fine by His grace, I'm blessed.
Oh, we thank God. I want us to start the conversation this way. Some time ago, I had a chit chat with you online. I don't know whether you remember.
I remember.
Yes. And you once told me you were once in Liberia.
Yes, I was.
How did you find yourself there?
Well, mine was through my parents. My mom and my grandmother were in Liberia. And you know, during those days, young men will sometimes go to Nigeria, they'll sometimes go to Liberia for greener pastures, somewhere in the 80s. So my dad, I think earlier than that. So my dad went for greener pastures. When he went to we normally call it restaurants to dip.
Oh, okay.
Those times you call it, how do you call it?
Choba.
So my grandmother was in charge of the place. So the moment she saw my dad, because he has that mark, she knew he was a Ghanaian. So she asked, remember, a Ghanaian, no, say, okay, so, ma'am, paid the move. Was you ready? So, okay, I'll also help you to find a job. So he was like, she was asking, where do you live? He said he doesn't have a place. So my grandmother gave him a place in her
Choba.
No, the 2-bedroom apartment she was living. That was with my mom. So my mom had to sleep with my grandmother whilst they gave him a spare room. So he was with them in the job, helping them to cook, helping them to serve people. So when people come to eat, like the workers come on break, and she just talked to them. My son is from Ghana now, he need a job and all that. So as time went on, finally my dad got a job. Yes, and when my dad started working and the cash was coming in, he just spoke to my grandmother. I cannot take the cash elsewhere. I want to marry your daughter. Yes, that was how he married my mom in Liberia. And they gave birth to all of us. We are 6 in number. Yes. 4 boys and 2 girls. Yes, so that was how it comes. So my parents are Ghanaians, but I'm a Liberian by birth.
Not many people will do this to extend gratitude in such manner. No? Like, it's beautiful.
Yes, it is.
So beautiful. And today you are here.
They are doing so well. My dad is late. Oh, sorry. But my mom is still alive. My grandmother too is late. Yes. But it's all good.
Oh, wow. So, just as you just mentioned, you were born in Liberia. You grew up there. How did ministry come in?
Is the picture? Well, at a very young age, I used to love to sing. And because my dad was an organist in the church, he was also the choir master. So it's like the music was always, almost all the time around the house. My dad had an organ in the house. He has his personal keyboard he takes everywhere. He doesn't joke with it. Anytime he comes from work, the first place he sits is behind his organ.
Wow.
To play. So most of the times when they have to go to rehearsals, from what I was told when I was very young, anytime my dad is going to rehearsals, he takes me along. Because after 3 girls, I was the first girl. So I was being pampered. So he used to take me to rehearsals. So I was always around
him
and around music. Sometimes when they are unable to go, he's unable to go to church for their rehearsals, he let them come home. Because we had a very big porch in front of our house. He bring them up. So the music was always all the time in the house. And because I was brought up in the Christian home, I was always in the church. So I believe also that it was the plan of God that one day he's going to use me to do his work. And I believe this is how he had to channel it. Yeah.
Wow. But did you ever think in those days, that a day will come that Rose Adjei will be a household in the gospel fraternity?
Well, from the beginning, I never had that thought. I knew that one day I'm going to sing. Yes. And my song will bless lives. But, coming out in the limelight with an album and all that, as time grew and I got closer to God and all that, those thoughts changed. Because there you get to know what God has planned for your life. When you're a kid, you have your own imaginations, you have all the things you want to do for yourself. But God, in His own infinite mercy, has His own purpose for your life. So until you get to that level when He feels that the time is right for Him to show Himself to you, to let you know that this is what He wants you to be. From the younger age, you might not think about any things, yes, but whilst growing up, gets closer to God and all that, He opens up His plans for your life.
That song with Peace, yes, sir. How did it happen?
That song, life is so. I went to a studio. Then I was a backing vocalist for both secular and gospel musicians. Yeah, so when there's a song, the studio, they'll call you name. Guy, you just call him, the engineer will call me, tell me, someone is here, the person wants you to do his song for him. So that was how come I went to a studio in essence. Okay. So when I went, I was told that there was this young guy who wanted me to do the backends for his song. So after the backends, there were other ad-libs that I did in the song. Then they wanted me to do like a call and response, like when he do a verse, and I'll repeat the same verse, but in a very different way. And it was so stylish, beautiful. So everybody fell in love with the song. So I asked him, now that I'm done with the job, well, let's get paid. And he's a young guy who's also was struggling in the industry, coming up. So he was like, I don't have money, but I can write a song for you. His name is Paaka. So he wrote that song. But the song was so long. And I said, yeah, I couldn't sing this kind of lyrics so long. So I had to sit down and just take one or two acts. Because he also want to know the story about me coming from Liberia area. So he was like, okay, so you were there during the war? I said, yes. It's okay. So if nothing happened to you, that means God took care of you. So let me do a song. And that was how come he wrote the song. So I had to just take one or two bits out of it. So the song was done by me alone initially. So when I got in contact with my first record label, and my producer was like, you need to do this song with somebody who's already in the industry because it's a big song, it's a beautiful song. I think when the person comes on board, it will create that awareness to the song. So I spoke to a lot of people, but because I knew Stacey a long time ago, when I spoke to her and spoke to your producer, and then it's like, oh, you guys, you're family already. So she willingly was here on board, and it was beautiful. The song was and it still is.
Yes.
It's 12 years old.
It's actually one of the songs that blew you out there.
That's right. Yeah. So that was how come this song came about.
Let me ask you, at that time, did you know about the things of music? I don't know how to put it, but as in knowing your key, the arrangements and all that, did you know about those things?
No, I didn't know much about it, but with my keys, yes, I try my best. I feel that when you are into something, whatever it is that you're into, whether a business or something, you should ask questions. If there is anything you don't know, you should ask. So sometimes when I'm about to do a song, I ask, which key is this? And what's this? What is it? I ask questions. I didn't have a lot of ideas. Now, crowd, I will still say I'm still learning. I don't know everything. I'm still learning. Yes, so that's how it is.
Most of your songs are about Thanksgiving.
Yes. I
love that song. Yeah. How do you get your songs?
Well, I believe that God has been good to me. I always tell people the process I went through coming from Liberia to Ghana was a very dicey one because unlike everybody coming, people have maybe they'll sit in their planes and coming. When we were about to leave from Ghana, from Liberia to Ghana, we had to take a ship. And that ship, you can imagine climbing on a rope ladder. You watch people climbing, and at the wharf, they fall in the water. And that place is very deep. Yeah, chase you. And a woeful. She said, you're me and you're my dome, and you fall, you die. So even climbing that place is even, like, let's say, a path between life and death. So that place alone, and sitting in a ship that is on the water, the rebels are firing bombs and stuff. because they don't want anybody to pass through. It wasn't even an easy, experience. So if God took me through that experience and I'm alive and He's giving me such an amazing gift, why can't I show gratitude to Him? You understand? So me, if you listen to my songs, as you said, it's thanksgiving, testimonial. I always want to tell people of the good things that God has done in my life. And I believe through that is how come I'm able to write my song. Because when I get into a level in my life and I think about Adjei REVEALS the two pay. It should have been me, but it didn't happen. How can I tell people? But sometimes people feel that they go through so much pressure, too much issues. But what they listen to yours is an inspiration. They're like, so if God did it for us, God can do it for me. So that's how come writing my songs become sometimes very easy, because I just sit down. Sometimes maybe I listen to the word of God, listen to the things that God has done to other people in the Bible, and try to compare it to my life. It gives me a soft song.
And what time did your family decide that we have to go back to Ghana?
That was when the war started in 1980 something, getting to the 90s. My dad had lived all his life. My dad has almost everything of his in Liberia, living in Ghana, because that's where he spent his life. So coming here was another level of another stepping stone of our lives. He always made us to understand that we were Ghanaians, so one day we'll come back to Ghana. Even though my elder brothers had taken the lead or in Ghana, they were here with family, but I was with my younger sister and my younger brother. So he was always telling us, I have built a house, so definitely you guys will go over. It was very, very difficult for me to accept, because coming to Ghana, changing of environment, coming to meet new people, building new friends and families, building new relationships with people here and there, leaving the people you have lived with all your life. It was so, anytime they tell me, so my things were packed when they told us we were coming to Ghana. We already packed our things. So sometimes when I hear it, they are discussing they are going tomorrow, I'll run away from now. Let's go and sit somewhere, because I didn't want to come. But it was a process we had to go through to come. So you couldn't run away from your parents. So one day, they just told us we are coming. Oh, yeah. That's how it was.
Well, when you packed all your things.
Yes.
And just had to move.
I just feel close. You just take it. We'll bring the remain. Yeah, and say we come together. It was not easy, but
when you finally touched down in Ghana with your family, and you heard about the things that were occurring or happening in Liberia, how was it feeling like?
It was terrible, and it was scary, because I had already experienced a lot of those things that people were talking about. And sometimes you hear them talking about it, they don't even know how it feels like. So sometimes I have to come and tell them, to explain it. It's not as easy as you think it is, or it was. It is more terrible than you think. So sometimes I have to even explain to them, and they're like, so you're in Liberia? Oh, we thank God for your life. Oh, we thank God for your life. But it's part of life. Sometimes when you go through these things, it helps you to grow in the faith and help you to get closer to God the more, because if God can deliver you from such issues and you're still alive, it's a second chance in your life that you need to show appreciation.
You are a pastor's wife.
Yes, I am.
Many people think that marrying a man of God is so easy. I don't know why they think that way. Share your experience with us. Is it that easy?
Marrying a man of God is one of the most difficult things, because everybody see the man of God to be spiritual, in quotes. There are certain things people don't even know that pastors will lose. Pastors don't have issues. Pastors don't have problems. Pastors don't cry. Pastors don't complain. I don't know how they are human beings. Yes, they forget to know that they are human beings. And pastors are one of the most difficult people to marry. Oh, that is very true, because their thoughts and the way of doing things are different. Sometimes when you don't even have their faith, oh Charlie, it's going to be possible. And you know very well it's not impossible, but you have that crazy kind of faith. So if you walk with a man of God or you marry a man of God, then it's a call. It's not common. It's not common. It's a call to marry a man of God. And when God wants you to enter that call, He also makes provision for it, because it's not easy. Everybody is looking up to you. People are coming to you with their issues. So even if you have an issue, who do you talk to? They believe that, oh, a pastor should be the one who will solve a problem. So you don't have a problem. If we are hungry, it's a pastor that we can call. So when the pastor is hungry, who does he call? You understand? And when you marry a pastor, apart from God, some of the pastors sometimes try to concentrate on their members the more. They feel that, oh, their family understands. So sometimes if they have to choose
between your family and the outside,
they choose the outside people. My husband most of the time will tell you, Rose, with you, if I don't have, you understand. But with the church member needs something I don't have, don't understand. So I always have to make provision. So you see, out of people's enjoyment, you also be going through pain for somebody's joy. So getting married to a man of God is very, very, very difficult. And I will show anybody who is a man of God, who share a child of God, stop, papa. Sorry, oh yes, let every man of God who is even a strong and powerful man of God tell you his childhood. Don't say, no, yes, stop on. They are difficult people to deal with. Well, yeah. It's very, very difficult people to deal with. But if God calls you for that, He gives you the strength. It's not easy. It is not easy, because sometimes they see you smiling. Oh, you wear the heels. Oh, so for mommy. Oh, yeah, I'm sure I give you. They don't know it. No, it's easier.
Wow. That takes me to your next song.
Nangodu, yeah.
Please sing a bit for us.
Finding a discovery that there's a God who changes destinies. I decided to give Him a try. He blew my mind, oh. Free help, free protection, problem solved, total solution. He blessed my life. He saved me with no conditions attached. Calling my God, oh. God. Oh, God.
That is it. That song is also one of my favorite from you.
It's a very beautiful song, and this song changed my life. Even though after releasing this song, I went through a tough time in my life, because when the song was about to be released, that was when the COVID came in. So by then I had preparation for my program, just like nobody I have ahead of me, and we had to go on lockdown. So everything I had spent, every preparation I had made, had to go down the drain. But it was also an awakening. It made me to know that in life, the fact that you are called a child of God, or you walk with God, as in exempt you from issues. Yeah, definitely you are going to go through issues, but the Lord is going to be with you, because His word says, even when you go through fire, I will be with you. So after that, it was a change in my ministry, because people got to know the other side of Rosie. They saw me as, oh, Charlie, this girl is not only to doing chi or local song, she can also divert and do other things like in the song. So it opened another channel in my ministry. And the song was also nominated for 3 music awards at Exam 2021. Yeah, so it also brought a lot of shaking, because a lot of people said, hey, Adjei has done an EP song. A lot of gospel ministers who were not even doing English songs
Started doing it
in these songs, and I felt that over. My song has really made
an impact. Wow. Let's come to Kaha.
Yeah.
Why did you decide to change then?
Well, the name was an English name, which you already know, The Heart of Gratitude. And after my 4th year, I realized that a lot of gospel ministers were also using The Heart of Gratitude. It's an English word.
Yeah.
You cannot possess it as it belongs to you. And you don't know what God told those people it was damning, so you cannot fight, you cannot argue about it. So I was struggling, because sometimes after my program, which is always done in April.
Yeah.
You have another one which is being done in August. A gospel minister who always uses me for the program. And one of another gospel minister, Stella Jomo, also have a program which is Heart of Gratitude. She always called me mother. So every time I've on the program as well. And so sometimes people will be like, you do a program in April. We do another one in August.
Confusing.
December. It was confusing people. And I had to explain over and over. But I couldn't explain any longer. So I had to just find a way of getting another name that would not conflict any other person. So we had to pray about it. And I spoke to my husband. I said, you are the man of God. Please pray. Let's get a new name. He said, okay. So after so many weeks of prayer and all that, he said, oh, this is the name the Lord laid up at. And he said, Hebrew and a Greek name. I said, Hebrew and Greek name, like how? How do I pronounce it? So we had to get the name, which meant the same, like Heart of Brothers, which then I need to know. Then God has a connection with me with that name. Even though the name has been changed from English to Greek and Hebrew, but it meant the same thing. So it means the same spirit and the power that is backing the Heart of Brothers is backing Katia Hagia Heart at all. And it made the program stand out because nobody uses the
Nobody. It's only Rose Adjei.
Yeah, so the moment you hear Kadia, it's Rose Adjei. So you want later, two other people, another girl went to do her karate at home, and I told her, how did you get that name? Because you don't know about it, because it is not a name that, or it's a word that has even been used in churches.
Yeah.
No. Because Brofonuka interior in the country, and I have a country big. So how do you, the girl tried to argue, I say, that's okay. Another person said, oh, Monica, when I saw your name, I really loved this all day. I said, no, you can't just pick up a name because you feel somebody's using it. There should be a connection. It's the ritual connection. So don't do that. So for now, no, there is nobody with the name Kadia Hakarad's Tattoo City. So that was how the name came about.
So this is your 5th year.
This is my
8th year here.
But I think the 3rd year after the name was Chichedi. Yes.
What a journey.
Yeah, it has to be an easy one.
Wow. How has ministry been?
Ministry has been filled with a whole lot of ups and downs. But in all, we've had experiences, and in all, it has strengthened me. It has made me more focused. It has made me more stronger, because sometimes you have to cry. Sometimes you'll be disappointed along the way. Sometimes you be excited. Sometimes you feel rejected. Sometimes you feel that, oh, I can't make it. Sometimes you feel all goes lost. It has been a very, very, very difficult journey. But I am glad that God chose me for this specific journey. I came into the industry like when my first song was released, I was in 2013. So it's been 12 years. It has not been an easy one from the beginning. I never had an easy beginning. It was difficult because even writing a song or releasing a song that was a hit all over Ghana, people didn't know who was behind the song. Shows that it wasn't an easy journey. It got to a time that people were not even hearing of me. They were like, Rose, what is happening? I was even asking myself, God, how do I continue this journey? It's not easy. Most of the people that I relied on, they let me down, disappointed me. And all these things made me stronger. Now when I look at myself, I feel so proud of myself because the things that people would do, like about 4, 5, 6 people, I can put all those tasks together and do it. Now I understand the reason why those people had to reject. Because sometimes when you're not rejected, you are not strengthened to do certain things on your own. You just keep on relying on people. So I just thank God for how far He's brought me, even though it has not been an easy journey. But I'm proud of myself, and I thank God for how far. And I know this is just the beginning of greater things in my life and in my ministry.
Amen. Let's come to
Yeah.
Kadia Hakara Hatuf. I'm happy I'm able to say that.
Finally, you can mention it. Yeah.
Last year, I happened to be around. It was such a powerful and wonderful experience. I really enjoyed myself in the presence of the Lord. And I can't wait to experience this year?
I know God is going to do greater things.
What is happening at this year's one?
This year is filled with a lot of testimonies, and the atmosphere will be saturated with a lot of angelic visitations. So when you come with an open heart, you will receive. You will not use the same, because God has done so much for me, and I believe if you sit under the voice or under the ministration of somebody who is testifying of the goodness of God, you should be able to experience that blessing that has been like placed on the person's life. In that auditorium, I had my testimony just after the call of yes. And so this year, the Lord laid it on my heart that anybody that comes to Kadia HaKarata Tov should not come like that. Come with your heart of worship, come with your prayer request, and lay it on the altar. Because I've told God to use me.
Oh, and He will do exactly
In a very different way. So you will not see Rose J in the normal Rose J you always see. A banner my favorite no. To allow God to be what He has to do in my life. So this year is going to be something different altogether. Yeah.
It's happening this Sunday on the 6th of
April, yes. At the Sherez Chapel, Zoila. That's where I did it last year. And this year, that's the same. We've been blessed to use the venue again this year. So it is at the Perez Chapel, Zoiland. Yes, just before the Flamingo traffic lights. There's that 4 p.m. is a p.m. And this year we have a lot of great ministers who are passing through. We have Perez Music. We have Ohineba Clement. We have Minister Paulo. I have a pastor from the church. Yes, Perez Chapel, Pastor Abebu Blank is going to be a blessing. I also have Dominic Tre. He's coming all the way from Kumasi. I have Minister Adlet, Minister Clyde. We have Minister Nora Brown. I have my own sister, Lady Kess, who is coming through. It's going to be amazing. We have Queen Debbie, that is Ovampa Christie's sister. She's passing through. Another great minister of God from Kumasi, Minister Joe Boanko, is also going to be a blessing. And a lot of surprises, so don't stay at home. With my program, I always give, chance to other people who are really gifted to also be a blessing. Yes, I feel that I never had such opportunity. So why can't I do that for others who also are gifted? Sometimes people just need a platform, for lives and destinies to be transforming, for that to also be seen and heard. And that's exactly what I do. So this year, that's the same thing. But when it comes to the administrations,
it's something different. How much is the rate?
It's free.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You are not charging anything? No. Oh, sir. Guys, it's free.
I'm not even against the fact that people charge at all. But you see, normally when it comes to our program, because I also do a donation afterwards. Yeah, so sometimes during the program, we raise funds, everybody also supports, so that they can just willingly support what we also support. Maybe somebody also wants to donate, but they feel that, what I'm going to give is very small. Why can't I add it to what OCJ is going to do? So we just open up the place for everybody to come in free and willingly. Sometimes you might see somebody standing over there and the person will be like, Charlie, the person looks kind of simple, but the person has been blessed by my ministry and they want to support it in a very big way. So we just allow everybody to just come in free so like they can be hopeless. Last but not the least, I'll be releasing my latest song on that day, Obekumeko, after 2.5 years of releasing Nimri. So please, everybody who have supported OCJ's ministries all these years, please come and support and the Lord will bless you. It's the 12 years of tears, of laughter, joy, disappointment, and everything that God has seen me through. So come and let's celebrate the Lord together. Come and let's worship the Lord together. Come and let's thank the Lord together. Let's let Him know that whatever He's been doing in our life, we should appreciate. So come and support. And I know that God will bless you.
Amen. If someone wants to follow you on social media, what are your handles?
Please, when you want to follow me, the name is Rose Adjei. My name on Facebook is Rose Adjei, and my page is Rose Adjei Music. On YouTube is Rose Adjei. You can also follow and subscribe to my YouTube channel so that every time there is a new upload, you'll be the first. The song is already there, so the moment you click on it and you subscribe, when the song is released, you get to hear it first. You can follow me too on Instagram. It's Rose_Ashley_Adjei. On TikTok is Rose Adjei. On X is Rose Adjei 30. So you just follow me on all social media handles and all on the digital platforms. The name is Rose Adjei. Follow me and stream my songs. God bless. Last year did an amazing job.
We wish you the very best. Thank us, Santis. Okay, and we pray for the atmosphere that you are talking about. We pray for the Lord's visitation. And I can't wait to experience it myself. Once again, thank you so much for asking.
Thank you so much.
Guys, this has been Chat with Sir with your brother and your friend Sir Isaac. And we did this with Gospel Minstrel Rose Adjei. I'll see you again in another episode. God bless you all.